brothers, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta. Mark 49. So don't say nothing. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
On first down, Locke. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Ready.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Block now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 20. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, You got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
47.
From the gun, Rivers. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. And he's the guy, Mike Williams, that the Chargers took 7th overall a couple of years ago. Battled injuries as a rookie, but in full health last year, he caught 43 passes with a knack of really finding the end zone. 10 of those 43 catches went for touchdowns. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 2nd and 12, Rivers trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A good pickup there. 26 yards.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. 1st quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Come on, set. 10 logo. Hey, wahoo! 49, guys. Mike, 49. I got you. 40 to go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Lock. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
Right, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a get ball.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the slant.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with no score.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. Now, keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Ready? 15 line. 15 line. Pick me up. Here we go. 5.
Now this time Locke will throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first run of this game.
Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
First and 10 at the 38.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check. Run 80. Load it.
Gordon. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the second time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin.
Red Delta! 27 Mike, 27. I'm coming. Slam. Mike!
Stepping up, he's going to keep it, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check 50. Left to right. 23 is the mic. And what?
First down, Rivers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, Delta! 52, Mike, 52. Done. Bring it. 52. Left to right. Watch Mike. Know your job. 52's the mic, boys. 52. Watch the curl. Done.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Man open left side. It's Williams. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years, our team seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
39-yard line.
Done. 380.
47 is the mic. All day, dog.
Joker, Joker. Hey, 79. 79.
Rivers now. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready?
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Ready. 18 Gator. You ain't getting snap.
Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Got it. Let's go. 90 Wolf. Yeah.
Come to me, it's me.
Hey, exit.
49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Here we go. 49's the mic. Watch 49. Watch the run.
Go.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll let this go deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rivers going deep for Benjamin. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Charger drive about to get going. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Let's go, man.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Finds his rookie first rounder. It's Noah Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Ready, set.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing on first down is Locke. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. A nice run there, 9. yards, and it'll be second down.
The tackle by Denzel Perryman. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 24-yard line.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Go. Alpha.
Shotgun handoff to Booker. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now to the air. Rock flushed out right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Dontrell Inman, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Set. Black 15. 52. Come for you. Run 80. 52. I got it. Look. No. Check that.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Throw to the right here to Gordon. And some room to work. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt.
Hey, Delta!
Mike 52, Mike 52. Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
Hey, high 7.
52's the mic right here, over there. 52's the mic. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Rivers got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. 12 yards there and a first down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play out of while you've got them rocked on their heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Q.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
X3. 218. Chopper. Wait. X3 hut.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rivers. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
I'm going to come back to you.
Hey, Rocket.
Back to you. 52's the mic. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Who that?
Who that?
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take a win. Cluster. Under.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And Davis has it over the middle. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 18.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
That 180. Black 15. You lie.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Orange 5-4. White. Hey, Charlie.
They go play action. Rivers. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Desmond King making the tackle. You know, I was going to ask if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mark 49. Check. Mark 49. Mark 49. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Throw left side complete. It's Freeman. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Look at me, zipper.
He's coming in motion. Hey.
Hey, Delta.
49 the mic. Watch 49.
Go.
Mark 49.
Shoot.
Now it's Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Back near his goal line, Rivers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
He'll look to throw. He's got a first down past the 30, and that is incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
Now Rivers on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Right. Hey, hot. 52. Now watch one.
Rivers to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Hey, Delta! 52's the mic, boys. 52. Don't let him.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.